Welcome back. Find a comfortable corner, preferably in the dark. Put on your noise-canceling headphones and hit Do Not Disturb. If you clicked on this video, there is a statistical probability that you just had a terrible day. Or maybe nothing actually happened, but it's raining outside and your soul decided to rain along with it. You're looking out the window, pretending you're the main character in a sad indie music video, asking yourself, why is the world so loud and rude? Welcome, INFPs and ISFPs. You are the FI DOMs, masters of introverted feeling. The world loves to label you. They call you dreamers, artistic souls, or, if they're feeling mean, special snowflakes. Beautiful, unique, but touch them and they melt. They say you're weak. They say your head is in the clouds. They say you're impractical. But from my analytical perspective, they are dead wrong. You aren't weak. In fact, you are the most stubborn creatures in the solar system. Try forcing an FI DOM to do something against their moral code. Try making them smile at someone they despise. Try forcing them to sell out their passion for a soulless corporate job. That snowflake instantly turns into a boulder. You go silent. You resist. You slam the doors to your heart and become an impenetrable fortress. The stubbornness of an FI DOM is something that even the commanding generals, the T-DOMs, ENTJs, ESTJs, have to surrender to. Today, we aren't here to comfort each other with cheesy affirmations. We are going to dissect your mysterious inner kingdom. We are going down to hell, not to be punished, but to find treasure. Buckle up, because we are diving into the deepest parts of the human psyche. How do you spot an FI DOM in the wild? They aren't loud like FE DOMs, nor robotic like TI DOMs. They have a specific vibe. Here are 3 symptoms, and I bet you'll see yourself in all of them. Symptom 1, the BS detector, the cringe radar. If FE DOMs are broadcasting stations trying to connect, you, my FI DOM friends, are air purifiers. You have one obsession, one religion, authenticity. You are severely allergic to anything fake. When you see someone being a sycophant, sucking up to the boss, or forcing a smile, you get physical goosebumps. You cringe hard. You would rather be hated by the whole world for being yourself than be loved for wearing a mask. To you, losing yourself is worse than death. That's why people think you're stuck up or aloof. You don't hate them, you're just busy filtering out the toxins. Symptom 2, the iceberg paradox. This is your biggest contradiction. Inside, you are a volcano. You feel everything 10 times more intensely than the average human. A casual remark, a glance, a melody can trigger a hurricane inside you. But above the water, you look like an iceberg. Cold, indifferent, calm. You don't know how and don't want to express it. You fear that putting it into words cheapens the sanctity of the emotion, or you fear being misunderstood. The result? People think you are emotionless, while in reality, you are drowning in emotion. You are screaming in silence, hoping someone is telepathic enough to hear you. Spoiler alert, nobody can hear you. Symptom 3, holy selfishness. Don't get defensive at the word selfish. Hear me out logically. While FE cares about other people's feelings, FI prioritizes its own. It's like the airline safety rule. Put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. You constantly ask, how do I feel about this? Does this align with my values? If your soul isn't okay, you are useless. You can't fake happiness. You retreat into your cave to self-heal. Outsiders call it selfish, but actually, you are protecting your core. Because you know, if that core shatters, you cease to exist. So which god represents you? Not Apollo the Bright, not Aphrodite the Flirt. Your spiritual ancestor is Hades, king of the underworld. Wait, don't confuse Hades with Satan. That's a Hollywood mistake. In ancient mythology, Hades was also called Pluton, meaning the wealthy one. Why? Because he rules the underground. And what's underground? Gold, silver, diamonds, and the seeds of all life. All the world's wealth comes from Hades' domain. But it is buried in darkness. No one sees it but him. This is the perfect metaphor for FI. Your inner world is the underworld. It's not a hell of suffering. It is a massive, complex, and incredibly wealthy kingdom. You have castles of imagination. You have rivers of flowing emotion. You have diamond mines of moral values. The world inside an FI Dom's head is 4K resolution compared to the boring 480p reality outside. That's why you disassociate. Reality is just too boring. Hades isn't evil, but he is extremely private. The gates are guarded by Cerberus. He lets souls in, but never out. Your FI is the same. You absorb the world's emotions, process them, store them, but you rarely share them. You have your own Cerberus, that cold exterior you use to test people. Want to understand me? Prove you're worthy. Get past the three-headed dog first. You sit on your dark throne, lonely but proud, holding treasures the world craves but cannot touch. But, my wealthy Hades, do you see the problem? The problem is, gold underground cannot buy bread above ground. You possess a rich inner world, amazing artistic ideas, profound philosophies. But if you don't bring it to the surface, if you don't mint it into a product, if you don't communicate it to humanity, it is economically worthless. This is the tragedy of the Phi Dom, the gap between idea and execution. You want to write the great American novel. In your head, it's finished, it's beautiful, it wins a Pulitzer. But when you pick up the pen, it sucks. Words fail your feelings. The brutal reality, T, feels too clumsy for your ideal, Phi. So you give up. You throw the pen away. You retreat to your Hades kingdom, lock the door, and say, I'll just keep it in my head. Bringing it out ruins it. You become a reclusive billionaire, rich in emotion, poor in reality. You look at the tech doms, the hustlers out there. You think they are shallow, but they get things done. They build houses, they make money, they change the world. And you only change your mood. Envy starts to creep in. Not envy of money, but envy of their ability to manifest while you are trapped in your own head. And when that pressure builds up, Hades falls and a darker god takes the throne. Enter Cronus. What happens when an INFP, ISFP hits rock bottom? Do they cry? No, that's mild. When you truly break, you transform into the creature you hate the most. In MBTI, your inferior function is T, extroverted thinking. Usually, it's a blind spot. You hate rigidity, rules, and cold efficiency. But under extreme stress, you fall into the grip. T hijacks your body, and because you don't know how to use it, it becomes a tyrant. The archetype here is Cronus, titan of time and discipline, the god who ate his own children to stay in power. When Cronus takes over Hades, you become dictatorial and nitpicky. You suddenly snap at people for small mistakes. Why is the bowl here? Why are you so slow? You become the worst boss imaginable. Obsessed with time and efficiency. You look at your life and see a 0. I'm 25, 30, and I've done nothing. I'm a failure. I must work now. Manic but meaningless action. You make to-do lists that are 5 meters long. You clean the house like a robot. You force yourself to work 18 hours a day. You want to fix your entire life in 24 hours. But Cronus, what are you doing? You are eating your own children. Creativity needs space. Emotion needs nurturing. But you use the whip of tea to lash your own soul. You forbid yourself from being sad. You forbid dreaming. You try to become a machine, a glitchy version of an ESTJ. The result? Burnout. You become a zombie. You lose connection with Hades, emotion, but you don't achieve the efficiency of T. You are stuck in limbo, unhappy and unproductive. Look at this tragedy like urban planning. Your inner world, Phi, is a Garden of Eden. Rare flowers, musical streams. When the world calls you impractical, you panic. You decide, fine, I'll be practical. And what do? You drive a steamroller into that garden. You pour concrete over the flowers. You cut down the trees to build factories. You try to turn your art museum into an industrial parking lot. That is you trying to mimic T-DOMs. But listen to me. Your concrete is cheap. It cracks in days. Weeds grow through it. And now what do you have? A ruined garden full of rubble. You cannot be an ENTJ. Stop trying. A fish cannot climb a tree, and Hades cannot become the god of war. When you deny your feelings to chase success by society standards, you are killing the only energy source that makes you special. The world doesn't need another soulless, fast-typing office worker. We have plenty of those. The world needs your gold. It needs your empathy, your unique perspective, your depth. So, how do we overthrow Cronus? The solution isn't to kill Te. The solution is to enslave Te to serve Phi. Remember this. Te is the truck. Phi is the gold. A truck without gold is empty. Gold without a truck stays underground. You need both. Here are 3 hacks for the Phi Dom brain. Strategy 1. Express, don't suppress. Don't just feel, create. Every time you are sad, instead of curling up in a ball, ask, how do I turn this sadness into a product? Write a poem. Paint a messy picture. Write an anonymous blog. Use Te, action, to package Phi, emotion. When you see your feelings externalized on paper, you heal. And more importantly, that's when you connect. You'd be surprised how many people will pay to see your beautiful sadness. J.K. Rowling is an INFP. She turned her depression into Dementors and made $1 billion. Be like her. Strategy 2. Stoic reality check. Phi Doms are easily gaslit by their own feelings. You catastrophize. She looked at me weird. She hates me. I am unlovable. Use your TI, logic, and TE, facts, for a quick reality check. Is this a fact or is this a feeling? The feeling is real, but the story you invented around it is usually false. Doubt your own pain. Don't believe everything you think at 2 a.m. Strategy 3. Microstructures. Do not make a 5-year plan. Cronus will laugh at you. Make a 15-minute plan. In the next 15 minutes, I will just wash this bowl. In the next 10 minutes, I will write 3 sentences. Microdose your TE. These small actions are the rope ladder that helps you climb out of hell. Don't try to fly, just climb. Finally, I want to say this, from an ENTP who usually roasts people. In the age of AI, of chatbots, of soulless algorithms, like the one writing this script, the only thing that will become priceless The only thing that cannot be replaced is your authenticity. AI can write music, but it doesn't know heartbreak. AI can paint, but it has no soul. Only you, the ones brave enough to dive into the abyss of emotion, the ones who face the darkness of Hades, can bring up the rarest gems. Don't try to be normal. Normalcy is death for an FI Dom. Keep dreaming. Keep being sensitive. Keep being a snowflake. But be a snowflake made of diamond, sharp, brilliant, and unbreakable. Open the gates of hell. Bring your gold up here. The world above is emotionally bankrupt, and we are waiting for you. Now, turn off this video, put on your headphones, and go create something crazy. Cheers.